My name is Roni Becht, and I am a second grade English language arts teacher in Columbus at Indian Springs Elementary School. Second grade is a year where students go from being readers to really expanding that to learning about their world through different sources of information. There is a switch from when we all learned as elementary students how to do vocabulary by looking up words in a dictionary and memorizing them temporarily. And those things are really not supported by research as the best methods for students to develop a vocabulary and to develop spelling skills. So a lot of the way that we teach foundational skills is through the texts that we're reading. Teachers can pull those words out from the texts to study them in an authentic manner. In second grade, a child will learn how to both read a text and understand what that text means, and learn how to connect that to their own writing. Students can learn somewhat by reading a text, but when they then become the author of that text, then they are more strengthened in those reading standards because of then putting themselves into the place of being the author. They more deeply understand where the author is coming from and what those books are about. Students could be writing nonfiction texts. They might be researching something and then writing an informational piece. And we do opinion writing in second grade also. And then we also expand on our narratives, and instead of writing just personal narratives, we begin to write creative narratives where it's about another character as told from someone else's perspective. And by the end of the year, we want them to be examining things from other characters' perspectives and thinking, if I were that character, if I were to put myself in the place of that character, what might he or she be thinking? At the beginning of the school year, a parent would see their child beginning to read simple books and sometimes even chapter books. And by the end of the year, they can think about things like the author's message or complicated themes within the story. And they can look for evidence within the text to support their thinking about the text. One thing that parents can do to help their children at home during the second grade year is to make sure that they allow the students to be independent with their assignments. And sometimes children will say, "Mom, I don't know this word." Don't jump in and tell them the word. They need to be able to use different sources of information to solve that word.
Plants. Check the word. Does that match plants? Then you're right.
I would like for the parent, instead of telling them the word, to say, do you know part of that word? Or does it look like another word that you know that you might be able to use to help yourself with this word? Fostering a higher level of independence is necessary in second grade, because if we want students to make that transition from second to third grade, where they're learning how to read to reading to learn more content and information, we really have to create independent readers. When students are reading at home, it's important for parents to not only ask them what happened in the story, but maybe if they ask them an opinion or a prediction, to have them go back and show the evidence within the text and have them support their answer by something that actually occurred within the text. In addition to that, I would like to see them reading different sources of information. So I'd love for them to be exposed to newspapers and magazines. When they see their parents as readers as well, then they know that that's part of the way that we do things at home, and it will look just like it does in the classroom. In addition to that, students need to be writing for a variety of purposes. So it could be something as simple as a grocery list, or it could be that a child gets to participate with mom or dad in writing a letter to a relative or a thank you card. And those types of authentic experiences really help children to be supported by both reading and writing at home. What I like about teaching second grade English language arts is that at the beginning of the year, we're really focusing on decoding. We're really focusing on getting them to read sentences and sound like a reader. And then near the end of the year, they're fully authors who are writing their own texts and sharing those with others, and reading books that they never imagined they would be able to read. And to see them be able to pick up those books and read them is so rewarding as a teacher, to know that they've arrived.